Okay, there we go. And now everybody's loaded. Just a second more before the drafting phase, and there we go. So, coach, please take over while I get while I get a glass of water.
All right, so we're going into the drafting phase of the game. Let's see. First pick goes to Meep Merp. So typically, you don't want to give the first pick the big game-defining heroes like Lycan, for example. But for now, Team Meep Merp bans out the Lycan themselves. Faceless Void, or maybe the two big Death Ball push lineup heroes, the Shadow Shaman, Death Prophet. A popular ban right now also is Razor. Very, very fitting in the meta. Flexible hero, can go in any lane, can pretty much win the early game and mid game transitions to push hero later on. So yeah, utility for Razor, very popular right now. We might see him in the upcoming bans, or if not the bans, then maybe the pick. So yeah, Death Prophet gets banned out. The Doom was banned out earlier. Yeah, those single target heroes. Doom, actually Batrider. Batrider was the popular single target uh, initiation hero before. Batrider had a 100% ban rate pretty much around a year ago, but now I think it's Doom more or less right now, because Batrider had a minor nerf, actually, two minor nerfs: the cast range of the lasso and the what's that? The napalm, the sticky napalm, uh, damage to creeps. So that affected his farming ability by a bit. So that was kind of enough to send Batrider into the back burner uh, for everyone's drafts, actually. But Batrider's not a bad choice. He can still be an effective first pick. So right now, SMiLe is taking their time to pick their last ban. Of course, they have to pick carefully because the whatever they ban, Team Meep Merp gets to have the first pick immediately after that. So they have to think, what does Team Meep Merp want to pick? Right now, Lycan and Death Prophet are banned. So they might consider picking Faceless Void, for example. Most popular carry hero right now. Yeah, very survivable. Has good amount of damage. Okay, so Batrider, there we go. Batrider's still not forgotten, apparently, by SMiLe. But yeah, the problem with this meta is there's just so many viable heroes. There we go, Tinker. Tinker, very niche pick, means that Team Meep Merp has dedicated Tinker player. I think. I'm not sure though. It is it Redman? I forget. They've only played with us once, I think, or maybe twice.
Couple
Already.
of times. Yeah,
Couple of times, twice, maybe twice. Yeah, but the last time they played was quite a bit ago already. Yeah. So SMiLe right now with the back-to-back pick, they pick Skyrath Mage. They do have the option to pick out the Razor. They go with this Clockwork. Yeah. Clockwork, one of the better anti-Tinker heroes. Yeah. When Tinker gets the blink, Clockwork can simply do the flare and find the Tinker hiding in the trees, and then pursue the Tinker with the hook shot and prevent him from teleporting out, rearming with the what's this? The battery assault. Yeah, the battery assault. Those constant stuns will keep Tinker from teleporting out or rearming. So very good pick against the Tinker. And the next round of bans, we see a Viper banned out, and then the Shadow Shaman. Okay, bans, pretty typical. But let's talk about this. Yeah, this Faceless Void. Uh, it's really one thing if you let an opponent have a Tinker, but a Tinker and the Faceless Void, this means they have two late game heroes. The pressure really is on you to either match the Tinker and Faceless Void or to stop them early on altogether. So yeah, with the Skyrath Mage and Clockwork, pretty good heroes in their own right, but yeah, they need to do a lot more work if they're going to stand a chance against the Tinker and Faceless Void as early as maybe 20-25 minutes into the game. So second round of bans is going to be rounded up by Team Meep Merp and SMiLe. Right now, it's Team Meep Merp's turn to ban. They ban out the Tide Hunter, yeah. Tide Hunter is one of those heroes that work well against Faceless Void, actually. because that Ravage is quite a bit of range and can interrupt team participation in when the Faceless Void initiates with the uh, Chronosphere. Now Razor is banned out by SMiLe, so they have two late game heroes. They don't want the early game and mid game potential of Razor coming in. So Razor is banned out. Right now, SMiLe has kind of a lot of ways to go with their pick. They can pick the Earthshaker. They pick the Lich. Kind of unusual. Lich is a hero that we've rarely seen in our series.
Yep.
Do we have records? Maybe this
I
might
can-
be the first or second time.
I'm actually worked on the engine during the afternoon, so right now it's not exactly in the stable condition.
All
So I
right.
can't pull the stats right. It's temporarily down.
Okay. But yeah, Lich actually works against the Tinker because Tinker's probably going mid, especially since Tinker's definitely going to go mid. He needs a farm, he needs the levels, but Lich saps away some of that farm and the levels with the sacrifice. So might be a good idea. Picking the Lich against the Tinker. We'll have to see how this pans out because Lich isn't really a common pick in our series. So very interesting pick and very good thinking for SMiLe. Team Meep Merp, however, going the the full YOLO combo, Faceless Void and the Witch Doctor. They're gonna bank on this Chronosphere. Yeah, they're gonna bank on this Chronosphere and then combo it up with the Witch Doctor's ultimate, the Death Ward. Just to make sure that everyone within that area dies. So we have the Faceless Void Chronosphere, and then you got the March of the Machines going within that Chronosphere, and then the Death Ward. Yeah, lots and lots of damage. Gonna go in the way of anyone caught within that Chronosphere. So
You know who could actually go against the full-on Faceless Void dependent combination?
yeah.
What do you call this? Trend Protector, because he can actually he can essentially shut down Faceless Void for the duration of the Chronosphere. It's a wonderful counter initiate, I think.
Yeah, and I think if I'm not mistaken, it goes through BKB, right? As long as the BKB is activated before the overgrowth. Because if you BKB after the overgrowth, then it overrides the overgrowth. But if you overgrowth after the BKB, it still goes through the BKB and holds the BKB hero in position. Yeah. But another good combo might actually be Omni Knight. Yeah, Omni Knight works against the Faceless Void Witch Doctor because the Witch Doctor's Death Ward is actually physical damage. And I think even the Maledict is magical. But the Death Ward is physical and Faceless Void only deals damage by attacks and those are only physical. So you can reduce a lot of damage with the Omni Knight ulti, especially when he gets his Aghanim Scepter up. But right now, Meep Merp, Vengeful Spirit, great for trapping additional heroes within that Chronosphere. So this is really a Faceless Void centric lineup. SMiLe, however, they go with the Templar Assassin. So this might be the mid actually, running against the Tinker or maybe an off lane. But Clockwork is already their off lane. So we'll see how SMiLe decide to go with this laning. Lich can actually just stand back and try denying creeps from the mid lane every once in a while with sacrifice. Could be a dual lane actually. Lich Templar Assassin. Not too uncommon to see a dual lane if you really want the enemy mid laner harassed like Tinker. If it's a farming mid laner, then you do have the option to harass him with a dual mid lane. It's not really unprecedented. It's rare, but it's been done before and it has paid off sometimes. So Mirana gonna round off Team Meep Merp. Mirana, great initiate, can be a substitute for Blink Daggers early on, can also disengage. So here we go. We have everyone's picks and we're gonna go into the game and we're gonna have our very own Selemene give the introductions once this Witch Doctor connects into the game. And here we go.
Okay, here we go. All right, so we have Team Meep Merp and SMiLe, and don't worry about SMiLe's team name just looking like a smiley because I think that's exactly what they're trying to, the statement that they're trying to make. Okay, so it's Team Meep Merp versus SMiLe. Team Meep Merp is playing on the Radiant side, while SMiLe on the Dark, obviously. And the players we have right now, we have Redman on Mirana, the Legendary Man on Faceless Void, Kim on Tinker, Seb on Witch Doctor, and Ali on Meep Merp. Meanwhile, for the Dark team, we have Dimitrov on Temper Assassin. He actually goes also by the way of Vanscore, so I guess he just forgot to change his name.
Was it?
And
Is it a joke?
mhm.
Because Vanscore is a player in Navi right now, right?
Oh really? Oh well, maybe
So I'm
he
not sure if that was a joke. Because Vanscore
no
is
it oh right, okay, so no, it wasn't a joke. He actually uses a different handle when I see him in Steam in Dota 2. So yeah, but yeah, I know this guy. It's actually I don't know. So maybe he changed to Dimitrov just to avoid the confusion with the Navi player. So we have Hecate on the Clockwork, leg spreading on the I'm just gonna call him leg on the Skywrath, face on the Lich, and Heartache on the Chaos Knight. So I'm gonna call him Heartache because that's exactly what his icon is. So we are seeing an early, we might see quite a bit of heroes converging here in the middle, in the bottom rune area. So everybody climbing up, but the entire team doesn't know that they are being spotted because the ward was placed really really early. And so everybody here, the Face Boy, the Witch Doctor, and the Vengeful Spirit, who are going to do a defensive tri-lane, will now be going back, disengaging here. But I guess that means that they know, okay, based on the map signals, they know that they have been warded. So great reaction there from Meep Merp. They know how to respond. They know what was up with SMiLe climbing up the ramp and planning a ward there. And into the laning phase analysis, of course, we have Coach Dora to cover for us. Coach?
Alright, so right from the get-go, this Templar Assassin is going to have a difficult time with the Tinker. Tinker already leveled up that March of the Machines, and the Refraction is not going to do much against those March of the Machines robots, so might have a bit of difficulty there. Templar Assassin deciding to go mid on her own. Yeah, but we still have to see how this is played out, because Templar Assassin still is quite deadly in her own right. Now, the odd thing here is that the Clockwork decided to go solo safe lane. Now, yeah, Clockwork is...
Oh,
Yeah, engagement in bottom lane.
Things getting slowed down so much, but not before it falls. So the Pitbull did go to SMiLe, but they got the revenge kill there on the Lich. So sadly, they weren't able to kill the hero who got first blood. So much bigger win there for SMiLe. And now they're going for the legendary man here, the Face Boy, which requested the stun, but not gonna happen beyond that because everybody's running out of mana. They're out of position and they know that Vengeful Spirit might be on her way.
Alright, so action on the tri-lane versus tri-lane. We should always keep an eye on that. But yeah, here on the safe lane, I think the Clockwork's getting a bit of harass. They put the Clockwork on the solo safe lane. They were probably fully expecting that it was going to be a safe tri-lane, I suppose. So yeah, Clockwork definitely better on the 1 versus 1 matchup than going up against tri-lane. Yeah, sure, Clockwork can get that EXP, but the fighting against the tri-lane, if you want to make sure that the Faceless Void doesn't get farmed, then it's probably a better idea what they've done right now to match up the tri-lane, the safe tri-lane, with their own tri-lane, which I think has an even better potential to kill because they have the stun from the Chaos Knight, some burst damage from the Skywrath Mage, the Lich also with some damage on the slow. So might be a bit better than the Radiant tri-lane. But yeah, of course we might see some assistance coming in from the Tinker. Tinker has haste, but yeah, gonna expire in just a few seconds, 5 seconds, and not gonna do much. Templar Assassin though does have a bit of an EXP advantage because the Tinker has been moving more. Templar Assassin has been farming more. So let's see what happens to this Templar Assassin. Might go for mid-game build. Might want to stay in the lane and farm until she gets a Blink Dagger, or yeah, if he wants to go aggressive, if he finds a timely rune, typically you'd want to go ganking as soon as possible. If you happen to find a rune, but however, the warding of Team Meep Merp right here in the jungle, yeah, they've dewarded all of the wards of Team SMiLe, so they don't really have rune vision. Tinker has rune vision, so he has control over the runes actually right now, and yeah, does have the opportunity to pick up any rune almost all of the time. So right now we have a 1 second stun on the Vengeful Spirit at the bottom lane, followed by the birdies. What do you call that?
Arcane Bolt.
Arcane Bolt. Okay.
Arcane Bolt. Yeah, sorry.
By
So,
the
wow.
flying
What
birdie
normally, normally, Skype should go for concussive shot first. So,
shot. Yeah.
but maybe Skype is just waiting for him, just waiting for the right time to skill up on the. I think he just leveled up and for his early skills. But normally they haven't played the first skill that gets killed that mage is concussive shot. Normal.
Your mic is kind of
Hello?
choppy right now. You have the robot voice.
Yeah, okay. Actually, you sound the same to me. I don't know why. I don't know what's up. Is it better now? No.
Can you try again?
Hello? Is it,
Better?
yeah, better? Okay.
A bit better,
Yeah.
but yeah, you still have the choppy robot voice ish. Yeah.
I'm just gonna hold the mic close to my mouth or
No,
something.
no, no. It's not. Whenever this happens, it's not because of the mic. It's always because
Yeah, I
of
know.
the internet connection.
Well, actually, from time to time, also because of my ex, I'm gonna rule that out because of the static from the surroundings.
Okay, on the bottom lane, we have something happening.
We have an engagement there. Chaos Knight goes for the Galaxy Rift of the Witch Doctor hat. Regen skill, what do you call this? The restoration up and giving them the team a little bit of additional HP there to re-engage back into the fight. So nobody dies there. Witch Doctor almost, but remember he has a Voodoo Restoration giving an additional buff, not exactly a buff, but additional buffer for his teammates to re-engage upon the Team SMiLe during that last team fight. And Chaos Knight is just one chunky hero to take down.
Yeah, Chaos Knight actually has an exceptional move speed, 325 right from the get-go. And Chaos Knight does have boots, so can move in and out of team fights pretty quickly. But unfortunately, Chaos Knight does have mana issues, so he won't be able to fight with his full potential if he doesn't have a full mana pool. So there's that for Team Meep Merp. If Chaos Knight always has this combo ready, then the team fights would be a different story every time. So let's take a look at the last hits right now. Leading is Mirana, yeah, being able to take a lot more last hits than the Clockwork at 26 versus 16. Yeah, the Clockwork melee might get hit by an arrow, no? Might get leaped, no. So yeah, it's Clockwork almost dying, but Mirana playing it a bit safe. Don't want to dive right now. Clockwork, however, is no. Okay,
he goes in for this
he's
ultimate
diving in.
latches on the Mirana. Mirana has his ultimate as well. The Moonlight Shadow gets called. Hecate is trying to go for Mirana. He's thinking that maybe Mirana hid in the shadows behind the tree line, but there's nothing there. So not gonna find a Mirana there. Mirana just walked right past the creeps, fighting right smack in the middle of the top lane. So there's that. Now, if this Mirana finds enough mana for an arrow and goes and shoots one arrow behind the tree lines, he might find him, but no, he didn't have enough mana on time, so Clockwork will be able to teleport out to safety. He does throw a rocket flare out of courtesy, just to piss off the Mirana. And the bottom lane, we might see an imminent engagement. Tinker is moving here. He has the Envy rune, so nobody in the Team SMiLe hat is aware the Tinker is at the bottom lane right now. The ward was placed just right now, a few seconds ago, and they are now converging. Two supports from SMiLe are now converging in the middle lane. They want to find the Tinker, but they won't be able to find him there. Tinker is at the bottom lane with an Envy rune. So the question now is, will they be able to engage on the LK Chaos Knight? And yes, they do. 2 stuns on top of the Chaos Knight with a finale via laser from the Tinker, and that was a one bad rotation from SMiLe. I wouldn't say that they played badly during that time, but it was a very unlucky rotation. Hello?
Yeah. Okay, so the Clockwork right now is going for the Mirana. Misses the hook shot, unfortunately. Very unfortunate there. Could have killed the Mirana if the hook shot landed, but right now is going for the chase. Teleport out, and cashes out the
wonderful
Mirana
play.
with the cogs. So
Yeah, wonderful play.
might be able to get the Mirana. Mirana has cooldown on the leap 10 seconds, but just the battery assault is already off cooldown. But the Mirana is
Mm-hmm.
moving a bit faster.
Yeah. Well, I think she already has the leap. She can actually take this leap down to safety, or you can do a suicide on the towers. But no, she won't risk it. One flare coming in from Hecate. Now Mirana is down to 2 flares, I believe. 2 flares and an auto attack. Yeah, 55 damage, and Mirana is sitting at, yeah. There you go. Lich replies with a frost blast there.
But at the bottom
Downs
lane,
the Mirana for 4 HP
Skyrath
and
Mage is
kills her.
gonna fall.
Yeah, and then Chaos Knight replies with a stun on the base void. Now stun coming in from Vengeful Spirit as a support. SMiLe just has so much HP right now on that Chaos Knight. Seb tries to survive with a Voodoo Restoration, and he does, but however, the Clockwork has the flare, finishes him off with that one blast. Now Face Void is out of position, as well as the Vengeful Spirit. He time walks right over the Clockwork, but now he's getting stunned, getting reality drifted by Heartache. Moonlight Shadow support there coming from Mirana. Wonderful play from Legendary Man. He is now safe from death unless he re-engages for no reason there. And now, well, wonderful save there by Mirana. That Moonlight Shadow did give that Face Void a lot of space. And now Mirana was even to take down the Lich with additional attack speed from the leap. So not only was it a good save, they took one hero down from the Dire team.
Yeah, so a lot of aggression coming in from both teams. 4-4 in the kill board, and looking pretty much even in terms of hero kills. But we might see a tower push right here. But the Templar Assassin is moving in.
Mm-hmm. She has nothing. She doesn't have a bottle there. The trap getting set off slows down the Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor replies with a paralyzing cast. Now Templar Assassin has no refract. However, the Heartache getting stunned right there. Vengeful Spirit now taking 1 sec stun, getting Arcane Seal. She is getting auto attack so hard. Voodoo Restoration coming in from the Witch Doctor, giving the Vengeful Spirit a little bit more time to survive, but not going to be enough to make sure she lasts that team fight. Now Clockwork goes in from behind, latches on to Face's Void and finds the kill there. Now Mirana is alone. This might actually be another chase scene between the Clockwork and the Mirana. Clockwork doesn't have an Aghanim's yet, of course, so we're still too early. Arrow coming in from Mirana to try to lock down the Clockwork, not going to find it, and it's going to be a disengage for both teams. Wonderful play there from SMiLe, taking 2 kills for nil.
Yeah,
And just, yeah, with that last team fight, they were able to dominate 2 lanes.
So let's check the progression on the Tinker so far. He does have the Soul Ring and is only 400 gold away from those Boots of Travel. So he's gonna start.
Hang on.
Snowball pretty
At the
soon.
bottom lane, we see another engagement here. CK might actually die, but Chain Frost was released by Lich. It's bouncing off through the Vengeful Spirit and the Witch Doctor. Faces Void takes the Lich's life away, and it's a three hero wipe here at the bottom lane. Wonderful placement there of the Faces Void ultimate, and wonderful supports coming in from the Vengeful Spirit and the Witch Doctor. The Witch Doctor Voodoo Restoration have been saving them so much through the entirety of this game. It's sitting at a very high level at level 3, because usually at this point offensive players would go for Maledict, right? But now they have
got
Voodoo
the
Restoration at level 3. Yeah, and meanwhile, in the middle lane, they were able to take down the Tinker through the Clockwork. SMiLe playing so wonderfully in this game.
Yeah,
And another
wonderful
engagement at
plays
the
on
bottom
both
lane.
sides.
4-second stun from CK there on the Vengeful Spirit, just taking down Ali with a couple of auto attacks. Wonderful luck there for CK.
Yeah, so pretty much back and forth game in terms of kills. However, it is 1 tower behind for Team SMiLe. So 11 minutes in, 12 minutes in, let's take a look at the net worth of the teams. Right now, a bit of an advantage for Team Meep Merp, around over 2,000 gold, maybe 2,500 right now. But for EXP, yeah, a bit of an advantage for SMiLe. They have one more kill, and perhaps they've had more lane EXP, because Meep Merp actually rotated 4 manning, 5 manning, pretty much earlier than Team SMiLe.
Yeah.
So
There you go. A quick
the Witch
pick off
Doctor
there
died.
by the Templar Assassin. Yeah, he was able to take down the Witch Doctor with just 1 meld and a couple of auto attacks. Now Clockwork isn't finished yet. They know that somebody, the Faces Void, is here on the Radiant jungle, and they want to go for him. And now Clockwork is just sitting right here, comfortably here at the middle lane. I don't know how to describe this. Near the middle tier 1 tower ramp. And he throws in a rocket flare, not going to find anybody who he can pick off. So he's just going to rotate to the bottom lane, and right there to support him are 3 heroes. You have FaZe, Heartache. Oh, I'm just gonna call him CK. It's too many syllables for me. And CK and Leg going for a 4-man push. Now for the Radiant team isn't ready for this, by the way, because right now only 2 heroes are there, and FaZe's Boy doesn't even have a TP.
Okay, so bad timing right there for Skywrath Mage. Tried to place a ward, but didn't get the timing quite right. The creep slipped there and spotted out Skywrath Mage's ward placement. So it's those things really that kind of make a difference when you play a game. You should know what time the creeps travel through the lane, what time they're open for you to gank and place a ward. But right now, 2 towers on assault, and mid, Templar Assassin goes.
Yeah, wish the Templar Assassin is going for the meld. Wonderful disjoint there. Was he able to disjoint that?
Yeah, he was
stun?
able to disjoint the
Vengeful Spirit stun.
Stun.
Yeah, next level plays right there. And Chain Frost coming in from Lich going to be nullified by the Moonlight Shadow. And now Witch Doctor Rip goes in at the bottom lane with the Tinker. Just want to take down SMiLe right here. Goes for the March of the Machines and the ultimate, and they will indeed be able to take down the chunky Chaos Knight with just the 2 of them without even the Malefic. Wow, wonderful synchronization of skills right there. I really like what I'm seeing for tonight, because normally it's the previous night, I must say, it's quite a bit it's not as exciting. It wasn't as exciting as what we're seeing now. The back and forth are just so intense.
Yeah, a missed opportunity there from Templar Assassin. He could have let the creeps hit the tower instead and got it into the deny range. But yeah, this tower is sitting just outside of deny range. And remember, tier 1 towers do not have backdoor regeneration or protection. So it's quite easy to pick off a tower with 139 HP remaining. So tier 1 towers for SMiLe, the top and the middle lane, the only ones remaining, are in quite of a dangerous situation. They might lose them already. So it might be a 3 tower advantage for Meep Merp. It's going to be a 2 tower advantage right now. It might be a 3 tower advantage soon. No towers taken down by SMiLe.
Blink Dagger pick up there for Tinker. And now we see at the middle lane, Legendary Man is ready for the Chronosphere. He's waiting for the cooldown. They want to go for the Templar Assassin, but Templar Assassin backs out and safely moves towards safety, towards the warm embrace of the Clockwork. At the bottom lane, we might see an engagement there. Tinker TPing in, throws in the heat-seeking missiles, but I think Chaos Knight tried to go for a reality grip with the Tinker, but it was just out of range. Okay, is still there?
Yeah. Just watching the Tinker. Very slow advance. They didn't want to dive the Tinker, but they should have, because they probably saw at least 3 of the heroes in mid, so they could have dived for the Tinker.
Meep Merp is now diving here dangerously in between the 2 towers, and then they cover both and he's going to that arcade skill from the back main to shut down. It's when the 2 heroes are dead. Clockwork was killed, the Witch Doctor though, and now the Moonlight Shadow is going to stay. Going to provide an additional offer there for survival for the team. And now Chain Frost just bouncing against everybody there. 2 heroes are down by the coming in from Tinker. Somebody's TPing in. Okay, so Piranha was able to take the double kill there on top of the Lich. And then side, this fight concerns goes for the Chronosphere, shut down the mid-drop, the TA, and takes his killing spree right. And then there, now we see the Carpage, he is on the run. His wife wants to go for him, but Tinker actually went for the blink and threw and hit the missile there to take down the Carpage. Will he survive? Yes, enough HP to survive at what do you call this? Auto attacks from the tower. Wonderful play there from Meep Merp. I would have to say that SMiLe and Meep Merp are playing at the same level. The way that they are replying against each other. Rocket Flare coming in from Clockwork. He's trying to go for a blind. The Tinker was dying a little too late there. And Tinker is already more than half, like 3/4 of his HP when the Rocket Flare landed.
Yeah, that was actually a buyback coming from the Faceless Void. They should have retreated already when they saw the Faceless Void buyback. But right now, the Clockwork does have an NV rune. Has the potential to initiate right now. Maybe do a solo pick off of the Tinker. The issue for SMiLe right now is that their Clockwork has pretty much no farm. His net worth is 3,500. Yeah, not even enough combined to buy a Naganim Scepter. And that's really what you need for a Clockwork. You really need him to have the Naganim Scepter to keep on initiating and initiating, especially when you're going up against a Tinker. So yeah, having that Clockwork not getting any farm is going to be a setback for them. But they still do have decent team fight. They do have the Skywrath Mage, and Templar Assassin does deal a lot of physical damage. But yeah, they still need to deal with that Witch Doctor, the Witch Doctor Death Ward. Would have been better if the Clockwork can hookshot through that though.
Okay, yeah. So just now, a few seconds earlier, Clockwork with the Inroom tried to go for a hook shot on the Vengeful and the Mirana, but he missed. So they now, he actually revealed himself there, and wow, deny coming in from Redman. And not only is Meep Merp team on the tower advantage, they actually denied one of their own towers. The first tower that Team SMiLe was able to take down was denied. So it's not looking good tower-wise, but team fights, they're on the same level.
Yeah, net worth is definitely in favor of Meep Merp, around 7,000, 6,000 right now. A lot of that, yeah, due to the tower advantages. EXP earned, yeah.
Hang on. We see a Moonlight Shadow getting casted by Mirana there. They want to initiate on top of the unsuspecting, what do you call this? Unsuspecting SMiLe, who are just way out of position. Legendary Man goes in for the Chronosphere there and catches two heroes, but he was stunned by the Chaos Knight, I think, and he falls. Tinker was able to take the Lich though. So it's a 1-for-1, but not really a good exchange for Meep Merp because the Face Void died. And now the Witch Doctor falls as well, so it's 2-for-1 so far with Vengeful Spirit is on the run. Templar Assassin trying to run away. Arcane Seal on top of the Vengeful Spirit, and he will die. What happened?
Did you see that disjoint? He did it.
Yeah, it was another disjoint. Yeah, he did it again. I think Dimitrov is just playing with the Templar Assassin. He knows that the meld can actually disjoint the magic missiles if you time it properly. And this is actually the first time I've ever seen it. That's how much I am not exposed to the professional scene. But this is the first time I've seen it executed this well. Like even in the heat of a team fight, he knows that Vengeful Spirit will be, oh yeah, he's going to throw the magic missile by now, so I probably have to meld.
You have to watch it because it was actually the turn. Yeah, when the Vengeful Spirit turned, he knew that he needed to use the meld. So it's actually those things that you have to keep an eye on. But yeah, either way, great play from Vanskor, Dimitrov, very Russian, my friend, Davai.
Okay, so again, guys, sorry, Coach and I want to. Oh wait, before that announcement, we see Clockwork trying to pick off the Witch Doctor and actually might succeed here. He has the Dust of Appearance. He was actually able to lock the Witch Doctor down, but the Witch Doctor has undeniably useful Voodoo Restoration, just adding 10 seconds on top of 10 HP every second, just giving this Witch Doctor a wonderful survivability mechanism. You know, this is actually good. If you can't burst down the Witch Doctor, his Voodoo Restoration is going to be very, very annoying. Moonlight Shadow up and running the Mirana. They want to go on top of the Chaos Knight. Legendary Man catches him in the Chronosphere. Kim is just throwing in those heat-seeking missiles, those lasers, and well, Chaos Knight did fall just now. So now a push is going to come in from Meep Merp. This is going to be their fourth tower, if ever. The fortification is up and running, however, and we still have 25 seconds up on the Chaos Knight before he responds. Ali getting picked up once again. Face Void goes away with Time Walk safely into the sea line. Seb is in danger of dying. Oh wait, wonderful TP there. TP's out in the last second. Legendary Man is getting spotted. Mystic Fear casted there from Skywrath Mage. No escape for you, Face Void. And in the end, it was a 2-for-2. And I don't know who it was in favor for, but because the push is now on the advantage of SMiLe, I have to say. The last team fight is for SMiLe. Now Hecate goes for the hook shot, finds the Mirana. Mirana has to leave, and she will be able to escape here. Tinker, just being a very, very annoying bastard, successfully defending the tower with lots and lots of machines.
Yeah,
Okay, so
it's really hard to push against the Tinker. But when the Chaos Knight starts getting those phantasms off, he's gonna have a hard time at first because it actually costs half of his mana pool just to cast the Phantasm. And right now, the Tinker goes in, so Chaos Knight has to abandon that farm. But yeah, it costs half his mana pool to do the Phantasm, and then if he casts the Reality Rift and Chaos Bolt, that leaves him with 0 mana. So he really needs to have full mana in engagement to have the Phantasm up. And it's the Phantasm that will actually allow Chaos Knight to start taking down towers. And until then, they're gonna have a hard time going up against March of the Machines, especially when they reach the tier 3 high ground.
okay, so as I was saying earlier, Coach and I would like to apologize if from time to time our voice gets choppy. It's mainly because it's raining outside, like really, really hard. So it's probably that. Actually, when I hear Coach's voice on my end, it's a bit choppy. So hopefully for you guys, it isn't. So that you can enjoy the casting.
It's only
Okay, so
you,
legend. Yeah, no, you actually sound very choppy on my end. I hope it's not the same.
You sound choppy. I sound choppy to you, but on the stream, I'm perfectly clear. So
You're
it's
good?
actually on your
Okay.
it's your connection.
Okay, you're sure? Okay,
Yeah,
well,
I'm sorry,
that's
but
sad
it's
to
really
hear.
your connection. The space is void silenced.
Yeah, silence there. Mystic Fair again. Cast Base, not going to find anybody there. Witch Doctor throws the ultimate, throwing everybody from SMiLe out of position. Chaos Knight goes in for a 3-second stun. Auto attacking Seb right there. Lich throws in the Chain Sprout. But it was a very bad bounce there, bouncing off to a creep. Lich was able to take down the Vengeful Spirit, however. Now TP from the Mirana will be able to save her there. Now Witch Doctor is out of position, getting trapped between Lich and the Clockwork. Well, he will die. He will definitely fall there. Now Tinker is getting caught there. Wonderful stun there coming in from SMiLe, but the March of the Machines is defending Kim here quite wonderfully. But the question is, will he be able to survive or blink out? No. 4 heroes on top of a Tinker. The killing spree was taken from Kim. It's going to add like 250 gold more or less for that bounty. So wonderful team fight right there. A little bit extended, but definitely in favor of SMiLe.
Great team fight coming in from SMiLe. Very awesome coordination. They're really working in sync right now in team fights. A bit better than Meep Merp because Meep Merp has been diving with their Vengeful Spirit, and yeah, I don't think Vengeful Spirit is the right person to be on front because you're not going to be able to utilize that swap properly. If Vengeful Spirit dies earlier on, you'd want the Vengeful Spirit to swap out an allied hero that might be in trouble and then stun someone else in the front. But if Vengeful Spirit gets terminated earlier on, then yeah, it puts the rest of your team into a worse position. So at the net worth right now, it's gone down a bit. 2,500 still in advantage of Meep Merp, but yeah, that's practically just the 2 towers that they have over Team SMiLe. So okay. So my co-caster's disconnected. All right. I'm gonna rehost the call. So pardon me as I alt tab for a bit. Okay, so hello. You okay?
Is it better now?
No. It's really your upload and download simultaneously, probably.
Looking at my connection is actually okay. So I'm guessing it's what call this? I am guessing it's with Skype.
What?
It's with Skype. Because Skype is essentially like some sort of a P2P connection, and they really have been having these issues with P2P connections, like torrents or similar peer-to-peer utility connections. So those things are being throttled by Fidelity right now. So Skype is actually open.
I'm not sure if it's Skype. But hopefully it's not an issue on my end. I'll have to check the stream later on.
The only thing that we're having problems right now is with this call, I think. That's just the biggest issue. So hopefully it will get better over time. Because this one, yeah, we won't be able to do anything with this unless you decide, okay, let's not cross over the 2 speeds.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
okay,
so
okay.
so now we might see an engagement here coming in from both teams. 5-man push from SMiLe against a 5-man Moonlight Shadow from Team Meep Merp there. Wonderful pick off there on top of Clockwork. Clockwork was not able to utilize himself immediately, but however, Scarlet Mage was able to reply immediately by taking away the base void, and and that alone is a wonderful exchange in favor of SMiLe. And now Mirana is coming in with an arrow, but it misses the targets. Three heroes right there for the arrow, not going to hit anybody. And now Roche is getting taken by Dimitrov here. He has the Yafa. He has the attack speed, not exactly the damage. So more or less, it might take some time. It will be definitely dependent on the rack charges and the meld from the Temper Assassin.
Yeah,
So
but
it's going to be mostly uncontested.
yeah, but they need to do this quick. Oh no, they're gonna lose the tower already. But for Roshan, might be worth it since they're gonna lose those towers anyway, and the towers here are meant to have that Roshan advantage. And what's the use of a Roshan advantage if you don't kill Roshan? So maybe, yeah, getting that Roshan would be an okay trade-off for them since they're having difficulty taking down towers anyway. PLDT confirmed throttling with Skype.
No,
That's just a load of bull right there. So can you try reassigning it to a different port or something?
okay, so yeah, okay, I'm going to have to leave the call a bit, coach. I'm just trying to I'll try to do something about this.
Alright, but you're not gonna disconnect the entire thing, right? From the game client?
No.
Okay, so just the call. Okay, I can take over for you right now. The Tinker's gonna get scouted out by the Clockwork Flare. And the hookshot coming in. The Clockwork does have that range to level 2, but he has the Blade Mail, and the Tinker actually fell for it. Oh, there we go. Tinker died. The Moonlight Shadow was casted, but the Tinker suffered because he casted both the missile and the laser while the Clockwork was still on the Blade Mail effect. So Tinker practically killed himself right there. So amazing play from the Clockwork. Great presence of mind. Yeah, exact usage of the hookshot. Let's check his items. Is he getting close to an Aghanims? No, he's not even trying for an Aghanims. Let's check the items. What does the Clockwork have? No, just support items generally. So okay. Right now, Mirana slowed up and silenced, but they're not gonna pursue. Tinker has respawned already, so they might feel that it's a trap. The Aegis, however, is with Templar Assassin, so they might want to risk it. Let's check the Roshan time. It's been 2 minutes since Roshan, so they still have around 4 minutes to go before this expires. No rush to force that engagement with the Aegis right now for Team SMiLe. So, but right now, yeah. Okay, everyone's going on the bot. The Chronosphere is cast, catching out the Clockwork. Clockwork's just so damn tanky. Even kills the Vengeful Spirit, even under the Chronosphere. Just those thingies. Battery Assault going to work, and now the Faceless Void is also gonna die from the Mystic Flare. The Tinker is gonna get chased down by the Templar Assassin, doing activating that BKB, going for the Tinker. Misses the Tinker. Oh my god, too bad. So right now, the Mirana is chasing them, launches the arrow. The Tinker is going back. The Templar Assassin is hit by the cast and laser and a burst of damage, but he does have the Aegis, so they might look to re-engage. Clockwork still off cooldown. Still has cooldown up on the hook, so yeah, that's it. They're gonna back out, and oh wow, how many people died right there? I think it was at least 2 for Meep Merp, and well, obviously 1 Chaos Knight died for Team SMiLe. Yeah, sorry. I wish we had more casters to do an exact count. You know, those little play-by-play replays, the death count and the ultimate count. Clockwork does use the hook shot, hits nothing. So maybe backing off for both sides. They still haven't taken a third of this tower. Amazing defense from Team Meep Merp. Yeah, I think Tinker really does have that effect, but if they've defended a tier 1 tower for more than 30 minutes, then that's just above and beyond that what Tinker should be usually doing. But maybe it also alludes to the fact that everyone's been fighting at this bot lane so far. And you know, oddly, it's supposed to be the Radiant that should have an advantage when they're fighting on the bot lane, and that's their safe lane. Actually, they have a lot more room to move about, especially since they have the tier 1 tower. But yeah, it's actually been SMiLe who are winning the team fights at the bottom lane. But right now, they do get this tier 1 tower. Finally getting a tier 1 tower. But now they're gonna have to move back to defend. Templar Assassin moves out solo to defend against the Faceless Void, and everyone else moving here at the mid lane. Gonna try to look for this Tinker. The Clockwork will scout the Tinker. Does he have the range? The hook shot might not have enough range to the Tinker right now, but the hook shot is cast. Gets the Mirana instead. Mirana is almost gonna die. Yeah, it's gonna die to the Clockwork's battery assault. That battery assault is doing so much damage, especially against anyone who doesn't have the escape. Oh, Mirana actually used the leap before he got caught. So good timing from Clockwork, I guess. So right now it's a 5v4 situation, but I don't think they have the capacity to transition that into a push right now. Yeah, Clockwork bottles up the double damage rune. Gonna hope for another hook shot. This ward is gonna fall down. They see the ward. Do they have a gem? No. How did they see the ward? How did they ward that? Oh, the gem. They do have a gem. The Templar Assassin has a gem. So, yeah, Templar Assassin. Tanky as he is. Okay, the Lich has disconnected. They might get this Faceless Void soon. The Clockwork. Hookshot, 10 seconds. The Skywrath Mage a bit away. Skywrath Mage really needs to get the Ancient Seal off on the Faceless Void if he wants to get that kill. So, maybe not gonna get this Faceless Void, but they're moving that way. The Tinker, however, might get this tower in maybe 1 or 2 teleports. Maybe just 1, actually. 1 teleport back. Okay, so both teams are ready to unpause. The Lich is back in the game. And let's see what happens. This Faceless Void, he's died 7 times. This is exactly the kind of play that you need to get when you're playing against a late game hero like Faceless Void and Tinker. You need to neuter at least one of them. You can't let both of them snowball, because you're gonna have no way to fight against that if both the Faceless Void and Tinker get snowballing earlier on. But they've killed the Faceless Void so many times already, and I think he's bought back at least once. Yeah, he's twice. He's bought back twice already. At least twice at this point. That we've counted. So that's also a lot of gold advantage lost by the Faceless Void. So if we check the net worth, as expected, Tinker's leading at 16,000, but close behind is the Templar Assassin, 14,000, not bad, 14.5k, and the Chaos Knight after him, before the Faceless Void even, 9,800. So the Chaos Knight doing slightly better in terms of farm, carry versus carry. The Templar Assassin does have lower farm than the Tinker, but I think so far the Templar Assassin has proven more effective in team fights, just because of that refraction and the great plays by Dimitrov himself, by our Van score. And of course, you have to give credit to Clockwork. So they've really been taking these team fights all over. Tinker here, they see the Tinker, they do have the ward here. So here comes the flare. Okay, good positioning, good prediction. The Clockwork catches out the Tinker. This Tinker is gonna die. The Clockwork. Okay, so the Tinker committed suicide. Clockwork almost died right there. The Blade Mail doesn't really cancel out damage, so he's still gonna take the damage from the Tinker even if he reflects it. But yeah, the Tinker managed to suicide. Has a Bloodstone. Okay, gonna cut off his respawn time. Bloodstone is a defensive item. Instead of a Bloodstone, he could have purchased the Ethereal Blade already, but yeah, against the Skywrath Mage might not be the best idea. So either way, physical or magic, Team SMiLe has got it covered. So yeah, Bloodstone might be a better choice for Tinker. Actually, not a bad item. Especially since it allows him to respawn since he's been dying so much lately. 6-5 and score on the Tinker. But yeah, even if they're behind in deaths, they are ahead in towers. They have taken 5 of the 6 outer towers of Team SMiLe. So they might take advantage of that soon. Okay, but the the Tinker finds is get caught by the Clockwork again, and Tinker just falls immediately from the burst damage. And the Skywrath Mage ult coming in after the Chain Frost. The Chaos Knight chases the Vengeful Spirit but backs out. They're gonna take this tower instead. Phantasms are there. They should do the attacks, and they're backing off. They should have killed this creep while they can. The Tinker almost got by the Chaos Knight right there, but blinks out, and the Phantasm Illusions expire. I think they saw this Faceless Void. They know where the Faceless Void is. Come on. So they find the Faceless Void, and Faceless Void is dead. The Silence coming in, and just the burst damage. There we go. Faceless Void is fallen. But the Chaos Knight is also caught out in the back end. The Mirana and Vengeful Spirit chasing it out with the Tinker in the back. But yeah, Tinker retreats right now. No creeps nearby, so he won't be able to pursue too quickly. But yeah, they decide to back out right now. All of them are out of mana. So I think that was all in all 3-4-1 fight. Just losing the Chaos Knight. Well, it's not just because the Chaos Knight is an important hero for them. That is their carry. So not really the first person you'd want to lose. But yeah, they did take down the opposing carry as well, the Faceless Void, and a couple of heroes to boot. So really came ahead in that team fight. Could have taken the tower, but yeah, they decided to back off at that point, which is a good exchange actually. They did lose the Chaos Knight. They might have lost more if they tried to push, but they did take the Faceless Void instead. So that's a good consolation prize. Right now, my co-caster is back. Hello, how are you?
Hi, Coach. Yeah,
there you go, much better.
I told you. Anyway, so wow, thank you so much for covering for me, Coach, while I was gone. So yeah, apparently it seems that SMiLe is now taking so much, going ahead over Team Meep Merp.
In team fights, yes, but if we check the net worth, it's still Meep Merp that's ahead. The Tinker does have that incredible amount of farm. And the Chaos Knight has kind of fallen off a bit. Is probably building for... this is either a Satanic of a Heart, but either way he has a Reaver. Perhaps the Heart, yeah, because he needs to buff his illusions up. But he is level 16. Towers are going to go down if he gets the Phantasm up. But Clockwork spots the Tinker and the hook again.
Yeah, goes for the blade build. This is going to be really bad for the Tinker, but he's able to escape that much of the machine's damage because of the Ethereal Blade. And now Kim is just trying to fight with that Ethereal Blade and those 2 arms, and he will be able to escape this. No stuns anymore there for Hecate. The cooldown on the Hogs was just too long for him to be able to take off the Tinker, and now we see the Legendary Man going in and just finishing off with a Chronosphere there. So wonderful play. So before that actually happened, I was about to ask you, Coach, because I'm not really familiar with Chaos Knight. Is it really okay to forgo the Armlet of Merdigion?
Yeah, I guess if you're ahead, if you're ahead and you're fighting against a lot of magic damage with the Tinker, then perhaps it's easier to forgo. It's okay to forgo the Armlet because you can't really Armlet toggle under the March of the Machines. You know, if you deactivate your Armlet when you're in the March of the Machines, you're gonna die. So perhaps the logic was there. It's not so bad. He's gonna get the heart soon anyway, and he does have that BKB. He theoretically should be a bit tanky in these team fights, but he is usually the only one or the first one to die. He has the most deaths, I think. In Team SMiLe, yeah, he has 7 deaths. So yeah,
so much for Chaos Knight.
he's not the first person you want to die. The Clockwork actually is a bit more disposable since he doesn't have the Aghanims yet. He picked up a 4-staff, going a lot for small items instead of that Aghanims. Really doesn't want that Aghanim so far. Always been taking that calculated hook shot right into the Tinker. Has been
Mm-hmm.
very successful, but I would still say that it could be more successful if he did have the Aghanims instead. 40 minutes in, still no Aghanim, still not level
Mm-hmm.
16.
Yeah,
So
and yeah,
yeah,
and in the other day you did mention that if you're a clockwork and you're taking you're in the lead, you find yourself in the lead for the first 12 minutes of the game. I think you mentioned something like that. It you have to go for the Aghanim's because that's going to keep you in position. I don't know if I think it was from a previous game, so I think it sort of kind of applies right now.
yeah.
If that is the case. Oh, hang on. At the middle line, you see an arrow. If they do find the TA, the 5 second stun did hit on TA, but yeah, okay, never mind. No engagement there. Going back. So if you're at Clockwork and you're in the early game advantage, the Aghanims is definitely one of the best pickups you have. You have to go for.
Yeah, the Aghanims just allows you to keep getting aggressive against the Tinker, especially since the Tinker has a lot of rearm action going on. So
Mm-hmm.
okay, we might see an engagement. Yeah, but the Tinker, you really have to keep re-engaging on him. A while ago, he almost got the Tinker, but his battery assault expired, and then he has no more stuns to follow up after that. So he let the Tinker escape and actually died after that. If he had the Ganims, could have taken the Tinker instead. And in those team fights, doing
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3 hook shots after the other is really really helpful, especially since his other skills are not really too high on cooldowns. 15 seconds, 14 seconds, 20 seconds. It's really the hook shot that needs that cooldown reduction for Clockwork to remain so much more active within engagements.
No, Templar Assassin is contemplating if she should engage on top of the Legendary Man. BKB was popping Legendary Man so he could TP out. So I guess that's one wasted charge right there. He lost the 10-second charge just to escape. I think it was worrying that somebody might be near to disable him, but yeah. I don't wait 10 seconds. That's the most precious charge of the BKB wasted for TP out because he was so scared of the TA.
Yeah, it's really the 10 to 7 second BKBs that kind of make a difference. But at this point in the game, 45 seconds, 45 minutes into the game, it might not be too effective because the BKB is really a mid-game item where when the magic damage dealing heroes reach around level 11 to 16. That's when you really want that magic that BKB up. But at this stage in the game, it's the Chaos Knight that's gonna give you a pounding. It's the Templar Assassin.
Oh, Clockwork did find Ali there, the Vengeful Spirit, out of position and will be able to take her off. It might be at the cost of his own life. He force staffs out, and actually the Cogs pushes the Mirana so out of position. Chronosphere up on Legendary Man, catches two heroes there. Stun coming in from Chaos Knight, locks down the Face Void for 3 seconds. The BKB getting casted there by the Legendary Man, but he was not able to survive during that team fight. Now Tinker is in danger of dying. He gets reality rifted in. Is getting stunned. 3 seconds done right there. Dimitrov now going for the Meld Strike. Chaos Knight was able to finish him off. Ultimate coming in from Seb just to try to wipe them out, but no, they won't be able to take down this Chaos Knight who is already sitting on the heart of the tracks. Oh, a jump to site was actually up and running on somebody.
That was the Lich
So-
actually.
Oh, okay. So it's for the Moonlight Shadow. And now they discarded Dust of Appearance for the gem, obviously. Now Tinker has to buy back into the game in order for them to successfully defend at least the tier 3 tower if they wanted to. Oh, Kim, that was a failed hit si Imisa right there. SMiLe going in for the reality on top of the Vengeful Spirit now, getting the lasered upon, and this Chaos Knight will definitely going to die. I don't know why the hell he dove that thing. It was
a lot, really. I think
Yeah.
this Chaos Knight is really their weak link right now. I would say for Team Smash, kind of out of the game. His head might be somewhere else.
He didn't have to dive. It was very obvious that he didn't, and even if he could, he shouldn't because everybody on Team Meep Merp was alive. And while Witch Doctor actually just got disconnected right now. And there you have it. There's a pause that we were expecting.
Okay, so let's see.
Go ahead.
46 minutes into the game. This is a very long game right now. Back and forth. Still a bit of an advantage to Team SMiLe's in terms of team fight, but kind of evened out in the last few fights. Net worth, yeah, it's really close. Only 2,500 in favor of Meep Merp, but you have to take note that they still have 4 outer towers remaining, whereas Team SMiLe has only taken 2. And for EXP earned, yeah, definitely a lot more EXP earned for Team SMiLe just because of those kills. So the graphs are there. Let's check the item progression on the heroes. Uh, let's see. The big items are on Chaos Knight. Actually, he has the heart, but even with the heart, he seems to die in a in a burst with the Tinker and everyone else casting their spells. So Chaos Knight getting a bit overconfident there. He really needs to get the BKB up and running to be able to engage in team fights against the Tinker. So yeah, Tinker just dealing a massive amount of damage. Has the Ghost Scepter right now. In net worth, he has around let's see, around 19,000 gold. In current gold, he has 1,500. So might be a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes, to get the what's that? Ethereal Blade.
Yeah.
The Ethereal Blade up. Or no, not actually. Maybe just 3 minutes to get the Ethereal Blade up from this point. So that might be an additional game changer for Team Meep Merp if they can Ethereal Blade the Templar Assassin, which is the primary damage dealer of Team SMiLe right now. But the Templar Assassin does have that blacking bar. Just needs to save it for the right occasion. So Witch Doctor is reconnected, and we're gonna see the unpause.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a bit of a violation of the rules there. Didn't confirm, but and no challenge. There's no challenge from Team SMiLe, so I guess I'll let that one slide. But they saw the Tinker.
Yeah, they did see the Tinker there. Actually, and he spotted Clockwork coming in. But who did he latch onto? Oh, he latched onto a creep or an ally, but he missed. He definitely missed that hook shot. So they're not going to try to push the top lane. Oh wow! Tier 1 tower at the top lane for the Radiant team is still up. So this tower is still up. So definitely, this is definitely going to be a push, an uncontested push. So oh wow, the fortification was used from Meep Merp. So I'm expecting that they would want to defend this, but no TPs are coming in.
Yeah, the Faceless Void TP is still a few seconds away. 4, 3, 2, 1. If the Templar Assassin actually started hitting this, they might have taken this earlier on, but they have to back out right now. Tinker, Clockwork has to back out right now. The Force Staff comes in, and yeah, a bit of caution there from both teams. Even with the Moonlight Shadow, they know that SMiLe has a gem, so they're not gonna pursue any further. But this tier 1 tower in the top lane for Radiant is still up.
Well, it's crucial. I would understand why they would want to protect this tower, because this is a forward position. It's going to give them like a big advantage to easily respond to, say, a transition to a push after a team fight in the middle lane or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Just feels I you know me. I'm not really that good, so it just feels weird for me to fortify on that tower. I mean, if they didn't fortify that, they could actually have tried to trick SMiLe to taking the second tower, but yeah, maybe not. I'm just thinking about it.
Okay, so SMiLe right now, they see that Meep Merp is converging at the top lane. They should be, I don't know, they might want to engage right now. It's actually a perilous position for them. They might want to defend at the high ground instead, but a bit of aggression right there for Templar Assassin. Might get caught out. But the team is there, everyone is there.
It's going to be a 5-man push here. Chaos Knight just slowly hacking away at the jungle just to get that extra gold. I don't know yet what he might be actually farming next. Do they have a Drums of Endurance on anybody?
Yeah, there's a Drums on Templar Assassin.
Okay. So I don't know what Chaos Knight might be planning to. Assault Cuirass, maybe? Or Manta style?
Should be an AC. Should be an AC.
Okay. Should be an AC. Okay, Smoke getting casted there. getting used for the Dire team. They're going to try to go find a pickoff, but right now they see that nobody is up and trying to defend the top tower. So they're just gonna put themselves into this position. Faces Void is walking towards top lane. He might actually get a push. Sorry, he might actually get a Chronosphere on top of multiple heroes if he wanted to. But the question is, will the rest of the Dart team be able to respond in time? Arcane Seal up of the Faces Void there, so that's one silence out. But the paralyzing cast was not successfully casted there. Now TP's coming in from everyone, blind arrow, hoping that they would find somebody to get it hits the range creep, who was just walking right in front of Skyrath Mage. So thankfully, it was very I think Skyrath Mage is very thankful for that range creep.
So both teams a bit more wary to re-engage right now. And if this goes on, then I would say that the advantage is gonna go the way of Meep Merp if they're gonna keep letting the Faceless Void farm. Right now, the Faceless Void does have more farm than the Chaos Knight. I don't know if that's actually compensated for by the buybacks that Faceless Void has made. He's actually made, I think, 3 buybacks right now and has died 9 times. I'm not sure how the net worth computes, but right now he has a lot more last hits, around 60, 70 more last hits than the Chaos Knight actually. So that might be a difference. He has a Mjolnir, but the Chaos Knight has a heart, so the Chaos Knight actually looks a bit better in terms of items than the Faceless Void. But yeah, still, they don't want the Faceless Void to get too farmed. They don't want that Crystallis turning into a Daedalus. So they really should keep pressing, keep playing aggressive again, especially since they're going up against the Faceless Void. They should know that Faceless Void is one of the better late game heroes. They can't let this go for another 10 minutes or the tide of the game might change.
So we see here that the Radiant team did use the Moonlight Shadow there to check out the Roche, but they won't be able to find anybody there because Team SMiLe is also expecting for the opposing team to go for the Roche. So this is just very defensive play coming in from both teams. We're already at the 52-minute mark, and this game has been going rather for almost an hour, and it's exactly what Coach did say, that if they let the Face Void farm so much, like even gets what they do, it's going to be bad, because if the Chronosphere catches like say 3 heroes during a team fight, it's going to be hard to bounce back from that. And now Dire team now finally deciding to go for the Roche pit. Arrow coming in from Mirana, 5 seconds stun on top of Temper Assassin. Sorry, my bad. Had to yawn there now. Now we see everybody converging towards the Roche pit. Concussive shot getting used from the Skyrath Mage, and now everybody just trying to get into a good position here. Clockwork goes in instead, catches the Voodoo Jester. Oh, sorry, the Witch Doctor. Seb there. Swap coming in from Vengeful Spirit, saving the Witch Doctor, but they're out of position. 1-for-1 exchange so far. 2 supports are down. FaZe might die there, but Templar Assassin does have that Daedalus, will be able to take down the Clockwork during that time. She also has the Scatty, by the way. Moonlight Shadow getting casted, but the gem was actually on top of the Skyrath Mage, I believe. Oh, it's now with Lich. Lich is just dying right there, so he wasn't able to follow up with the Templar Assassin during that team fight. And I am so sorry for the Hon reference right now. That was my bad.
But yeah, this Templar Assassin just so tanky. Faceless Void couldn't do anything even with the Chronosphere. But yeah, he has a Scatty actually. Just amazing. Templar Assassin right now has everything, and this Chaos Knight does have a bit of farm, does have a cheese, so they might engage soon. They should look towards being more aggressive. The kill count was still the same. It was 2-4-2 in the last engagement, but the Roshan going the way of SMiLe. Let's check the gold graph. Okay, still a close game. Look at that. Just 2,000 gold. Just 2,000 gold in favor of Meep Merp right now, and that's nothing. But in EXP, yeah, it's still a downhill slope. It's still around 14,000 already for Team SMiLe, and gonna go a bit more. But yeah, Faceless Void showing his potential right now. Killed 2 heroes right under the Chronosphere. The Templar Assassin was just too tanky. Couldn't take the Templar Assassin, but Yeah, even the Chaos Knight was a bit more cautious a while ago. If you notice the Chaos Knight, he casted the Phantasms, but he just waited outside of the Chronosphere until the Chronosphere expired, and then practically two-shotted the Faceless Void the moment it did.
A lot of body, a lot of sounds coming in from me and Coach. So burps and yawns and what have you. So yeah, going back, we have the Templar Assassin here. Very very farmed. Actually, I think she's already on an item lock. I think the next thing she could go for is a boost of travel, or a blink dagger. I don't know. Once the Aegis gets used, she will have one item slot free. So there's that.
Maybe a Desolator can increase her damage output, especially since she already has the Daedalus. Then,
Oh yeah, Scotty doesn't stack with Desolator now, right?
It doesn't.
It does? I don't know. I'm confused.
No. You're right. It doesn't stack with the Desolator. So, maybe something else. She could actually go for a heart. That's not a bad item. A heart, just so she could tank a bit more of that Tinker damage. Maybe Butterfly, but I wouldn't recommend the Butterfly because they don't have too much. She probably wouldn't have to worry too much about the Faceless Void at this point. So maybe a heart would be better for her. But yeah, this Clockwork, 500 more gold until he gets that Aghanim Scepter. He really needs it. He really should have it in this point in the game. It's already 56 minutes in. There's no excuse for him not to have. Okay, silence on the Tinker.
Yeah, Tinker getting silenced, but the Ethereal Blade Dagon finishes Scarlet Mage off. Moonlight Shadow up on the Mirana. This is going to hide the Tinker really well. And now, whatever Clockwork, wonderful cogs right there. They're going to spot the Tinker, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 exchange, and definitely in favor of SMiLe because they just took out the Scarlet Mage. The Scarlet Mage is just one of those utility heroes that it's actually more beneficial for a Scarlet Mage to keep dying at low levels, during team fights, as long as you win those team fights. Because that's what supports do.
Yeah, Scarlet Mage though should have casted the Mystic Flare immediately. That is 1,400 magic damage, especially since the Tinker is he's gonna get damage amplifier here, but now the Templar Assassin is caught out.
Yeah, the Chronosphere just cashing him out there, but he's just too tanky. The Scaddy is just giving him additional HP there. Face Void having a hard time taking her down, but the time blocks do kick in, did proc, and now the Aegis gets popped. BKB up on Dimitrov, and he will initiate upon the other enemies there, going for the Faceless Void. He knows he can take them down, but the Mirana with the Desolator is just giving so much additional damage right there. Clockwork tried to go for hookshot, but I heard it missed. It missed. And now 2 heroes are down, 3 heroes are down for Team Meep Merp, and now even Face Witch Doctor is taken down. Tinker now responds, going for the TP in, probably going to blink out right there with a Q. Oh, but he actually misses. Chaos Knight goes in for the Sun. Wonderful disjoint there via the Blink Dagger, and now this Tinker is just very, very brave, trying to engage here. Ethereal Blade up on Kim. This is going to take down Lich. 3-second stun there from Chaos Knight. Lich was able to survive after all, and the Chain Frost was casted and didn't actually do much. And now 4 heroes are down for Meep Merp. Do they have buybacks? No, they do not. So this is actually a dangerous position for Team Meep Merp to be in, because this might as well be a push until the racks are taken down.
Okay, so Heart Recipe from Dimitrov coming in, and Dimitrov has 8,000 gold on top of that recipe.
Wow, he's very rich.
The Mirana is gonna try to take the top defense coming in from the Lich, but since the Tinker and Faceless Void are down, the Templar Assassin might have the ability to do this really fast. The cheese was passed from the Chaos Knight to the Templar Assassin, so the Templar Assassin is back to full.
Yeah, okay, now. Yeah, this is going to be a very easy pick off there. Mechanism was used. Oh, Mirana was able to take somebody down. The Lich. Oh, Mirana goes for the split push, and she's pushing the bottom tower there with the Desolator and the Manta style. This might actually be successful, but not really the kind of I don't know if they're just out of options, because the tower is still up and now Clockwork is TPing in. Mirana did give her position away, and now she will actually fall to the Clockwork. It's a bad way to leap, to show your leap position, your leap direction to a Clockwork, because the Clockwork can just hookshot in.
Yeah, so the
And
Clockwork has the Aghanims.
yeah. Oh, wow, wonderful. Oh, by the way, coach, we are now officially 25 seconds away from a 1 hour game.
Alright, so this might look to be one of our longest games on record. Unfortunately, our engine is kind of wonky right now, yeah.
It is.
But yeah, this is definitely one of the longer matches we've had. But Heart of Tarask for Templar Assassin, this Templar Assassin just so very rich right now. Has can practically buy anything. Can actually buy a divine on top of that heart. But face boots still isn't going for the boots of travel. Yeah, maybe wants the face to be able to move quickly in the team fights. The 24 damage should be irrelevant right now. But the phase ability itself might be worthwhile for Templar Assassin, especially since
Oh.
matches are going to be clumped up.
But she did go for the Boots of Travel after all. Oh, she went for a Satanic.
Satanic. So did
Satanic,
she, did she sell the heart? Wait, does the Satanic stack with the Eye of Skadi? I think it does. Lifesteal, I think, stacks with. Yeah, Eye of Skadi can be combined with Lifesteal modifier. So, yeah, not a bad choice for Templar Assassin, since Templar Assassin does deal an absurd amount of physical damage. Can easily get back to full health within a team fight. So, not a bad choice. The Roshan is going to be up in 45 seconds plus the bonus time. So, we're not really too sure. Even if we're the casters, even if we're the spectators in this game, we can't really tell when the Roshan spawns until the 8-minute mark is up. And then, and only then will you see the spawn timer.
And now we see Tinker is actually getting stunned right there, getting caught out of position there, getting silenced. But again, Scarlet Mage just getting wiped out with that Ethereal Blade Dragon combination. Clockwork is out of position there. The leap coming in from the Mirana is just chasing her down. Hecate falls. Meanwhile, at the middle lane, we see Venture Spirit getting taken down by the Templar Assassin. So all in all, it's a 1-for-2 exchange across 2 lanes. So I guess it's still in Fave somehow. It's still in. Nobody is on top of the other.
Yeah.
Mainly because, I mean, sure, they were able to take down the Clockwork and the Skyrat, but I don't know. Look, this is just too long into the game. I know when you're in the middle game or in the early game, it's easier to make assumptions.
Yeah.
But this late in the game, it's so hard, right, Coach?
Yeah. Game's really tight right now. At this point in the game where all the heroes are relatively farmed and actually maxed out their capabilities, even the Witch Doctor has an Aghanim Scepter, then it could easily be just one team fight that determines the course of the game. And right now, yeah, Chaos Knight.
Right now, we see Chaos Knight getting spotted right there, goes for the ultimate, goes for the Manta and the Phantasm, and now will he be able to escape? Stun coming in from Mirana there with the Reality Lift, wonderful turnaround there from Chaos Knight. Lich throwing in the Chain Frost, finds the last bounce on the Mirana. So wonderful turnaround there from SMiLe. Chaos Knight just not panicking at all, sequencing his kills in the proper order, and they were able to get the kill.
That was nice, actually. The Tinker used his combo on an illusion. It's actually how many was that? That's the Chaos Knight plus 3 Phantasms and then 2 more from the Manta style. Yeah, so heat of the moment. There's like 6 of them. Who do I shoot? Shot an illusion. So nice play.
Yeah. Not to mention that whenever heroes like Chaos Knight, illusion heroes like Chaos Knight or Naga Siren picks up the Heart of Tarask, it becomes so confusing who to hit because they are not that soft anymore. It becomes harder to estimate who is taking more damage because there's one way the players do it to determine who is the fake, who is the illusion. It's to just determine based on how much damage the illusions are taking. But whenever they have the heart, it's a lot harder.
So they're
right?
doing the 4th Roshan attempt. Is this the 4th or the 5th?
I think it's the 4th because last time they already had a cheese.
Yeah. So there was a cheese already last time. So this is at least the 4th.
Yep.
But the cheese goes to Clockwork, probably just to hold it, and the Aegis again goes to Templar Assassin. Did Templar Assassin drop something? The BKB. Templar Assassin drops the BKB for the Aegis instead. And they're gonna take the last tier 2, I think. They're gonna go for a push. I don't think that Meep Merp is going to contest this. If they do and they lose, then it's going to be a lane of rack. So they might want to play it safe, just defend the tier 3. And the Faceless Void, however, is putting himself in a bad position again. So
Yeah.
we might see something happening here. No.
No, not really. It's going to be uncontested. Bye-bye second tower, bottom second tower there.
The
for
Mirana,
Team
however,
Meep
is
Merp.
attempting a rat on top lane, but you can't rat against Chaos Knight.
It's going to be hard.
A fully armed Chaos Knight and Templar Assassin. Templar Assassin does back alpha, however, decides to defend instead.
She's like sitting at 6,500 gold. Like after this, if she decides to buy another item, she could like buy it right off the bat.
Yeah, she can actually sell the Daedalus and get a Divine right now. I wouldn't really say that it's a bad item pickup right now. She has an Aegis. So if she picks up the Divine, she can actually like insta kill the supports, Vengeful Spirit and the Witch Doctor, maybe even the Mirana. Mirana has Manta Style, but not too much in terms of defense. So yeah, she does have that option.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I would actually vouch for that. Also just to make things a little bit more interesting,
Yeah,
because it's been going in for a pretty standard game. Besides the meld disjoints and the clockwork hooks and the Faces Void chronospheres, nothing has been really quote unquote creative. It's been a standard, well executed play. So we'd like to see a little bit of more. It's a lot better. It's always good to see a little bit more excitement, like with a Divine Rapier. Oh, shouldn't well on that note, maybe if it's better if like she sells the Manta
the
style
Manta
instead.
style, yeah, so she has that crit potential. What's this? You know what? The Lich has a refresher. This is how late the game has become. The Lich, the support, has gotten a refresher with the Aghanim, so that's 2 Infinite Chain Frost bouncing around. So that forces them to not be too clumped together. But yeah, so good pick against the Chronosphere. The Chronosphere is supposed to be most effective when everyone's together, but if you use the Chronosphere and you're all separated because of the Chain Frost, then it might not be too effective. Right now, they might just take down a lane of Rax. This Chaos Knight doing a lot of right click damage. Just the illusions.
Yeah, Moonlight Shadow up on the Mirana. Faces Boy just waiting for the right position. He gets silenced, throws in the big AB. This is definitely going to be a good forced Chronosphere there. Catches 2 heroes in the back lane, in the backside. Now Lich can throw the ultimate there, throws in the refresher and casts another Chain Frost. Now 2 Infinite Chain Frosts bouncing around there. BKB up on the Chaos Knight. He stuns an illusion hero there. So Dmitriev getting Shipstick infinite for an indefinite amount of time there because of the Tinker there. So she might actually be dead right now. She might fall, and Clockwork did take the Mirana away, but the Aegis is up on the Templar Assassin, so she is back. She is up and running once more, trying to go for Kim. The Tinker there, Clockwork with the Aghanim's cooldown will be able to latch on the Tinker immediately. The Battery Assault getting is it on cooldown? Yeah, no, it isn't. So but it was a little bit too late. He forgot about the Battery Assault there. 4-second stun on top of the Legendary Man, and the Faces Void will fall here right now. Now Templar Assassin is on Godlike, and the 3 essential heroes for a push are alive on Team SMiLe. So this might actually be a GG at the 68-minute mark.
No buybacks for anyone on the Radiant side. And
it's going to be a team wipe because Seb in team wipe including the courier.
The Vengeful Spirit is back, but yeah, the Witch Doctor has a buyback, so the Witch Doctor is back, but
will it be enough? Hecate latches on the Vengeful Spirit and then Maledict up on the Witch Doctor, but what for some reason the Vengeful
3
Spirit
divines.
swap.
What the hell?
Oh,
did you
crap.
see that?
Yeah, for the last minute, Templar Assassin bought 3 divines just to show off in the last, in the score screen.
Yeah, that was a very long game. Almost 70 minutes. Maybe the longest game we've had, but this Templar Assassin, I wish I could have seen this. This would have been over 1000 damage plus the crit potential. So yeah, Templar Assassin only died once. So well played by SMiLe. This is one of the most amazing Templar Assassins we've seen. You have to also commend the place of the Tinker of Meep Merp. But ultimately, yeah, the good place of the Clockwork and Templar Assassin of Team SMiLe ultimately led them to victory, even though it took them 1 hour and 8 minutes to get there. So that's it. That's the first game, just the first game actually. SMiLe taking that first game advantage, 1-0 over Meep Merp, and we're gonna take we really need to take that 5-minute break before we move on to the next match.
Yeah, I did announce it already in the lobby. So, wow, it was an intense fight. And this might actually, if the next game goes on for like another like 1 hour game, we might actually have to reschedule the game 3 because it's going to be a late game. But it all depends on the players, of course. Whew. So coach and I will be taking a 5-minute break while the teams compose themselves for the next game.